Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're heading into the heart of New York City, architecturally speaking. We're going to look at two really major transportation hubs, Grand Central Terminal and the Oculus down at the World Trade Center. Our mission really is to unpack how these buildings doing sort of similar jobs tell such different stories about NYC architecture across time.
Yeah,
That old versus new contrast that makes the city unique.
absolutely. And they both have, incredible charm, but in totally different ways. Grand Central is all about that formal, ornate style, very specific spaces. Whereas the Oculus, it's much more modern, open, flowing. It just feels different.
That difference is really striking. It leads right into thinking about how people actually use these spaces. I mean, fundamentally, they're both about moving huge numbers of people, right? But built almost a century apart, very different times.
Exactly. Grand Central, that was finished way back in 1913, built by the New York Central Railroad. It's a classic example of that Beaux-Arts style. Very grand. And there's that interesting point. It's a terminal, specifically, not a station.
Oh, right, because the trains stop there. They don't go through.
Precisely. The routes end and begin at Grand Central. That basic fact really shaped its entire design and layout from the ground up.
And speaking of its design, the scale is just immense. Didn't you say it has something like 44 platforms?
That's right, 44, which is still the most of any train terminal or station anywhere in the world. It really shows the ambition back then.
Wow. That's incredible. It's like a city within a city. All those ramps and passages designed over 100 years ago.
It was all about creating this sort of grand, controlled experience for travelers, almost theatrical.
So does that core difference, terminal versus station, actually change how you feel inside, beyond just how you get to your train?
I think it really does. Grand Central was built to inspire a certain kind of awe, that Gilded Age confidence. Now compare that to the Oculus, Santiago Calatrava's design, built after 9/11.
A completely different era, different purpose almost.
Totally. It's meant to be symbolic. Resilience, connection, those huge white steel ribs reaching up, and that massive skylight, the actual Oculus, floods the whole space, even deep underground, with natural light.
Right, you really notice the light. It feels much more about openness, maybe uplift.
Exactly. It guides you visually, connects the PATH trains, the subways, Brookfield Place. It's about flow and light, not so much that enclosed grandeur of Grand Central. It's a different psychological journey.
So it's definitely more than just comparing buildings. It's like reading history through architecture. You see how our relationship with cities, with technology, even with collective memory changes over time. So what does comparing these two tell us about how cities evolve and how design choices shape our daily experience?
Well, that leads to a really interesting thought for you, the listener. Thinking about these two iconic structures, what does it suggest about where urban design might go next? How will future buildings balance, getting people where they need to go with creating a certain feeling or aesthetic? What details will make those places memorable? It's something to think about next time you're moving through a big public space in any city. Look around. What story is that building trying to tell you?